Oh shit. What's up? It's Saturday. It's not normally how we start the show anymore, but fuck it.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. It's episode 24.
24.
We here.
Shit, I got the Kobe shirt on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm picking up what you putting down, bro. I'm picking up what you putting down.
But Saturday is episode 24. It's a lovely day outside. Everybody is here. We're smiling. Joey is here. Easy is here. Aiden is here. I'm here, obviously. Pooh is here. And the lovely Miss Keyshia is here, as you can see.
Hello, hello.
So, first of all, how was everybody's week going? We can start this way. Or you want to start with the guests since we...
let's start with
the guests. Where are my man?
Hospitality.
My week is great. I was excited that I was doing a show. Couldn't wait to be here. And I'm officially here, you guys.
You made it, baby. You made it, baby.
Long time coming.
Long time coming, man. Long time coming. My week was I went back to work finally after spraining my damn ankle or whatever. So I went back to work. So it was alright. It was dope to be back to work because, like I said, like I was telling you earlier, like the hours I work, I'm a night owl, so I'm up them hours anyway. So when I'm off of work, being up, overnight, nah, I was ready to go back. So
my week is regular work, podcast stuff, regular life stuff. But I'm good. I'm here. Easy.
Same here, regular. Got a lot of sleep this week for once. So.
baby,
Word up. I didn't have my baby for a whole week, so I was asleep. So we good, man.
How about you, Joey?
Mine was eventful, I guess you say. I was out in Indianapolis for a couple of days for work at a competition. That was pretty eventful, but it was a nice time. They put us in the nicest hotel in Indianapolis and car service from the airport, you know. So it was a good time. 5-star dinner every night, you know what I mean? So
you won't be out here race cars and everything.
Yeah,
I want to say all that.
I forgot. Yeah, I rode in I was able to ride in a damn race car around the streets, so that was pretty dope. But
I got you wrong type of job.
Yeah, no.
We gotta do something. Niggas going to Paris.
Yeah, my job is like, get the fuck out.
My job
It's over and all.
take this check.
See you niggas. Comcast appreciate it. Fuck out of here. But yeah, that's amazing. I was watching your story. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker in a race car.
I was hating.
And they was like, I mean, because the Indianapolis 500 is obviously there, so the track is right there. So it's a race car city. That's really all they had.
Right.
So they just drive. Yeah, they drive, but the Colts ain't been good since Manny left. So.
Right.
So it's like ain't nobody fucking with them.
Right.
They're just driving race cars.
Damn,
that's crazy.
There ain't nothing there though. But where I was at, it's like all they have other than cornfields. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
You know me, don't go there.
I forgot to shout out the Spotify listeners, Anchor listeners, iTunes listeners, YouTube viewership, all that good stuff. And well, Nikki has said it before I could get it out. But also want to say early Father's Day since it's Saturday. Happy early Father's Day to all the fathers. I'm not going to exclude anyone because I like to promote positivity. So if you're not...
Y'all know how I feel, so I ain't even speak on it.
We're going to leave Pooh in his corner. If you're not handling responsibilities like you should, there's always time to catch up and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say to that.
Time, not money.
Right.
Time, not money.
Right.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But happy Father's Day to all. Hope you enjoy your day. We ain't gonna really talk about no Father's Day shit, are we?
I don't think so.
I ain't think that's
I
wanted to.
It's every day for us. We're there.
Right.
He said it's every day for us. We're there.
Only the ones who ain't in the picture want to be recognized tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
That's true.
because if you're supposed to be doing, you don't care. Like you're not doing it for the recognition. You don't care.
You're a good guy, or whatever. So when you're not in the pictures, that's when you want people to recognize you for doing your job.
Right.
Yeah, you want to be in the picture like Daddy. You don't.
That's all in the video.
You're all in the video.
So the video over, you out.
I'm good with my text and my pair of socks.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm good with that,
man.
That's it. I mean, I'm gonna have both of mine, but this one ain't saying shit, and Gabe probably ain't either.
Yeah, Gabe gonna be on YouTube. He be cool.
Like, whatever. They're here though.
I guess we can start with the obvious since it was just a couple of days ago. The Toronto Raptors are the NBA champions.
Absolutely.
And
well deserved.
Right, and I saw a video of Kawhi packing his bags. Hours after the game. I mean,
you think he leaving?
What he got left to do?
But didn't he already like buy a house somewhere, like, or build a house or something? I think he has no intention.
I think they said he was trying to get to LA.
He has zero intention.
We all saw
staying in Toronto.
We all saw the video where my man was trying to shake his hand. He's like, nah, let's go play. Like,
he doesn't. I think he's weird like that regardless.
He's a robot, though.
Yo,
he's a robot.
That's some cocky shit. Like, get your franchise first ring, I'm out.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's necessarily cocky because if you think about it, he went into it and told them niggas, I ain't staying.
No matter what happens.
He did say that from the beginning. Like he had no intention
of
staying.
That's some cocky shit. Like, I'm gonna give you a ring.
But I mean, things. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not gonna say hopefully because hopefully he comes. Hopefully for me, he comes to the Lakers.
He go to LA.
They're saying Clippers.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of history made. Of course, it was Toronto's first championship in their franchise history.
Yeah.
The Gasol brothers are actually the first brothers
to win championships. Yeah.
And Kawhi joins Kareem and LeBron James as the only player to win the finals with multiple teams.
Yeah.
And Kawhi is actually the first to win multiple NBA finals in two different conferences, in East and West.
Oh yeah.
And he only 27.
The fuck is our intern at?
Yo, what's up with y'all? Listen, hold on. Matter of fact, speaking of that, bro, you know something I wanted to throw out there too. Now, because we're not going into it here, but I just want to touch on it. The discussion as far as the Little League and the donating the money and all that. Like y'all complaining about this $125, and we put out there that we looking for an intern that we're willing to pay in that age range. And we had a few people reach out, but the people that's reaching out are older or younger than the age that we're asking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's no excuse.
Right.
Come on, man.
You know what
I'm good or bad, it don't matter. They find something to talk about.
I said I had the perks in this motherfucker.
Yo!
They gonna find the
Cash App be crazy.
Hold on, you cash out for the perks?
Hey, I seen it happen. Listen.
Yo, that's crazy.
Cash App was amazing advice. I won't say what I use it for. I love Cash App.
Yeah, I love Cash App.
Everybody Cash App the
That
truth.
was amazing.
Cash App the truth.
I like that little sound they make when the money drops.
That's always good. But the crazy thing about the finals is we talking about Kawhi and all that. But at the end of the day, all everybody's going to talk about is how injured the Warriors were.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
just because nobody expects.
I mean, not for me.
But I get what people
I think they were going to lose regardless. If not in Game 6 and Game 7, whether Clay went down or not. But with Durant going down, like that was pretty.
Took a lot of win out of the set. And what are the chances of that? Both two-star players suffering injuries like that.
I mean, LeBron went on and lost two of his big star players.
God was like, watch this nigga.
Yeah, because he lost Kyrie and Kevin Love.
Yeah, and they won. So
and it happens. Like
nobody said, oh, he didn't have Kyrie.
Yeah, and when
Kevin Love,
Golden State won their rings, it was injuries
are part exactly. Yeah, it's part of the game.
Can't take them
part
out.
of the game.
Let's get into the fuck shit.
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh God.
Cuba Gooding Jr. has turned himself in to police after a woman accused him of touching her breast without consent in a New York City bar. He does maintain his innocence, and shortly after this story broke, a woman claimed that he also did the same to her 10 years prior.
Oh, shit.
No.
I hate that. Yeah, I hate that. 10 years ago, you touched my tip.
The Me Too movie.
Yeah, that's what it is. They still get, as you can see, they still getting them out of here.
But
like,
has anybody seen the new video that's leaked?
I did not see the video.
Like, cause I heard, like at first I heard it, but it was like it wasn't no truth to the story. So it was like it's no, you know, real basis for the story.
When the story first broke, there was a video circulating of him speaking to different people and singing karaoke. At one time, he was obviously drinking.
Yeah.
But you never see him do anything. So now there's a new video of after the night progressed.
Yeah.
And in the first video they showed when he was singing everything, the sun was up. In the second video, the sun is down. He's like sitting off in the corner of the bar. He's by himself. A white lady approaches him, sits down next to him. He engages in conversation with her. At this time, whoever she's with comes over as well. This is the accuser. She sits down on the outside of the white girl. So it's Cuba, the friend, and then the accuser on the outside. He like leans over, drops his hand on her thigh, and then you do see him reach over and do something. But the way she reacts wouldn't suggest.
Yeah, like she wanted. She was into it.
I mean, it's
whoa, slow down.
Man, you know what? I didn't see the video. I'm digesting what I'm reading.
See the video first. See the video first.
Man, listen. But she wasn't sober. She was talking that shit and it went down. You know what it is.
Nah, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Hey, listen.
Like he a little bit like he could be on some creepy shit.
Cuba vibes, man.
Yeah, he looks like. I mean, he kind of fucked himself up when he did the whole OJ kid.
Yeah, man. He played
that man
too good.
He looks like a different person ever since the OJ thing. He started to look like him a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that fucked him up.
I hate stories.
I just think that these guys are idiots for even still putting yourself in these situations.
You gotta go on the Keanu Reeves approach.
The pictures, he the illest, he the illest. I'm not touching him. Every picture is hand like this, but you have to be, because you gotta protect yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You gotta protect yourself at the end of the day, man. And that's the thing. The thing. See, I'm not gonna say if she was or she wasn't. You know, I'm gonna let it all play out, and we'll pass judgment then. But
I don't think that she was. I don't think that she was. I think that she looked at it as an opportunity to bring herself to the light, because regardless to if she's going to get paid or not, she's still getting publicity.
She's going to get paid because of the publicity, the interviews, and people.
Yeah, she'll write a book.
So yeah, she'll get something out of the deal.
To write a book off a titty touch is crazy.
But you can though.
He touched me.
Yeah.
In this
he touched me.
Oh my God.
November 23rd. 10:30.
Nah, but that's the reality though, because especially once you go through this whole process with court and all that shit, you'll have a full story to write.
Yeah. He does give me that weird vibe.
Yeah, he's definitely a little creepy.
Yeah. The radio doesn't help.
Yo.
He has like a bunch of like those sidebar movies, though, right? Like them straight to DVD movies.
I would not even think radio.
Like he
did his own Snow Dogs and
that's what I'm
Boat Trip and stuff like that.
Like C-list movies.
A lot of weird shit.
But I just think like I was saying, like you gotta protect ourselves, man. You gotta understand the climate right now and the way things are right now. Like, and even if you want to, I'm not saying don't go out and drink and enjoy yourself, but if you're gonna go out and drink and enjoy yourself and you're someone of stature, have someone with you
to help
protect you.
Yeah.
If I get out, like we all know, Hood doesn't really drink. He's not really a drinker.
Yeah.
So if we going out and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm getting fucked up tonight.
Yeah.
Like, make sure I ain't, out of pocket. Like, yo, you gotta have somebody like, especially when you got the bag, you gotta protect the bag.
Yeah, I mean, for future references, the biggest nigga in the crew can't get the joint.
Let's just put that out. You're on a 2-drink minimum.
That's it.
Maximum. I mean, that's it. That's it.
Remember the first time we got invited to a show, I had to take the bottle from this dude.
I'm gonna say, who's water?
Last time I really made Hood drink with me though was like it was my birthday. Like,
it was your birthday.
Like, what was that? Like 2014 or something like that. Like 2014, and I woke up hugging the toilet. Oh man,
the worst.
Oh man.
Yeah, oh my god.
But yo, hold on. Yeah, we've been talking about marketing, right? And you know, like pushing our brand forward, and you know, we tend to think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
But sometimes things go a little like too far outside the box, and we like, hold up, like I see where you were going there, but that I don't think that's where you want to go with that.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask you, Keyshia. We talking about, you know, expanding the brand. You know, we had an interview with you being on the show setup for a while. But we talking in the group chat, and Easy was like, yo, I'm going to Pride.
I gotta clear that up. Y'all.
Hold on.
Go ahead, clean it up.
Let me get me on right there. Like,
he definitely cooking.
So he going to Pride. So like, hold up, like for what? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? And he like, you know, basically brand and marketing, you know, getting it out there and all that, which I understand. And I get it, but you being
zesty,
you being a part of the community, right? So that's why, because we don't know. Right. That's why we got you here.
Right.
You being a part of the community, you know, the LGBTQ community. How would you, if you were at Pride and it's a guy there and he's straight, how would you perceive that?
That's a fresh piece of meat. That's prime rib. That's prime rib. So easy.
For a reason. Not you. I'm just saying in general.
No.
Even if you're there for a reason, another gay person out there going to say, well, let me try this deal.
Right.
Let me see. Let me just test the water. Let me just test the water to see.
So all day you fighting that off.
Yeah. Not all the time. Sometimes. It depends on Sometimes. Because it's more, it depends on where you go, because certain spots are more laid back than others.
Okay.
Now, on Philly people, they savages. you probably gonna have to uppercut you a nigga or two.
Yo, see?
First of all,
let Easy clean it up.
I wasn't gonna be with a nigga for one. You know, I was gonna be with the female.
Okay.
On the female.
Yeah. It's mixed in. Even the bathrooms, they don't have gender. They don't have gender.
Hold on, let me get this on. I got a lot to explain. I was gonna go there because, like I said, it's 2019, right? So it's open. It's more accepted. It is what it is. Like, you have the right to be whoever the fuck you want. And that's it. So I'm like, us being not up for debate, and you know, to us, everybody comfortable in from around these parts. So I was just gonna go there and network with the female side, you know. Maybe, you know what I mean?
You can't go. It's all mixed in.
Not all of it's mixed in.
How you know you been
Sit back. Go ahead. Tell us how you know.
For a while. Listen, let me tell you.
You was what for a while?
I was in New York for a while. I know how these things go. It's not what you see on TV where all guys butterflies and all that.
All guys and butterflies.
So I was just gonna mingle with the chicks.
Nah, I understand.
Networking.
I understand.
And that's it. And even if a dude approached me like,
we understand what you're trying to do.
But Keyshia just told you what was gonna happen.
and then they approach me, I'm like, hey, chill. And that's it. They leave. They ain't gonna be like, all aggressive.
So alright, so you chill, and then you turn around and walk off, and they good game.
I'd have got my ass whooped out there. Cause
cause you outnumbered.
They're going to fuck you up.
No, good. They gotta catch me. I'm hitting it right.
They fucking you up.
I will say that in this community, you do know your own kind. Like, if I didn't know you got y'all personally outside this and I just ran into you, you know, we were in an event or something, I can look at you, catch your vibe and know that that's something you're not into.
Right.
Some people test the waters and they push it just to try to see, you know, but you know your own kind. You know, like, okay, this nigga, he not for this shit. Like, he just here because somebody invited him.
Right.
Type shit.
Okay. So, like, since we got you here, something that we spoke about on the show a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now, was what was it, down Miami?
Yeah.
With Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade.
Oh yeah,
took their son to Pride. Like,
oh yeah.
And like we spoke on that, but we don't have any insight on the community.
Just do everything at once.
All right. We don't have any real insight on the community, so do you think that it's okay to have an 11-year-old in that environment?
I don't know what was going on at that particular Pride event because each event and each city holds different things. They hold different type of events that go on, fashion shows, marketing, just like like y'all was talking about. So I can't say that event particular, but I wouldn't take my child to an event just because people are so open and are so free and they believe in, I just want to be free. Yeah. I've been to Pride in California and half of the people were naked.
Right.
Just walking the streets, painted, breasts, everything. So I wouldn't want my 11-year-old walking up and seeing niggas with their stuff swinging, female, because they're not at an age where they understand and go through that. So I wouldn't personally take my child.
Right.
But I don't see any harm with getting familiar with the community and accepting it, but I just wouldn't take my child to that event.
Right. That's another thing I was thinking of. Like, say you do have a child at that age who's experiencing these things, and you want them to feel more comfortable. Other than gay pride parades, what other avenues do you know of?
They have different clinics that will give you all types of information. I know we have one that's called the Mazzoni Center. Mm-hmm. That's actually where I started to transition from and got all my research and my information. So it's different things that they host all throughout the tri-state area for you to get educated. So they'll let you know, like, hey, we're having this type of seminar here, and they want you to come out for the kids just so they could feel more comfortable within themselves.
Right.
So that would definitely be an avenue, I would say, checking out with them. Not so much our community because it's small, so it's not really anything done locally, but I know like in Center City, the YMCA and certain other places offer classes to teach you about coming into your puberty and changing and your different emotions and how to accept it and to go about it. So that's what I would say.
Right. I see it being eased in on different levels. Like I just seen, I don't know if y'all seen it, but My Little Pony is going to feature a same-sex, I believe it's a female couple, I'm not sure.
Yes,
I believe it's a lesbian couple.
Okay.
But, like, how do you feel about things like that? Do you think that's...
I think it's pushing the envelope just a tad bit because at the end of the day we are talking about kids.
Right.
So, when a 5 or 6-year-old asks you, is this 2 girls, how do you explain that to them? They're kids. So I think it's pushing it a little bit. I'm glad that, it's being open and, the doors are open.
Because it does create that conversation.
Right. But it creates that conversation. And literally at 7 years old, or you want to sit down and tell your kids about being lesbian or being homosexual, like, is it one of those conversations you would have then? Because I think that's like fairly too young for me.
Well, now that you say that, is there a certain age, and you can answer this question generally or from your own experience, is there a certain age where you knew, like, this is what I am, this is what I want to be?
Absolutely.
Was it young?
I was very young. I was the only one in the projects that could butterfly, plait hair, and jump double dutch.
Oh my God!
Right?
Oh my God! Yo!
So it was young for me. I mean, I can go back as to first grade. Like, I remember not having a crush on a girl, but on a guy. Right. And I knew it was wrong, so I tried to, you know, cover it up and make it a secret. But that's as far as I can go back that I can remember. First grade, I had my first crush.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't know if I'm drilling you. So, after feeling those feelings and things like that, did you go to someone, or was it something that you kept to yourself for a long time? I
kept it to myself for a long time. I even did the whole trying to date females, and even one time came to down to messing with a female, and I did it because everybody else was around me. They were doing it, and so I wanted to fit in, and I wanted them to think that, oh, I'm not gay. Let me not. If I do this, they're not gonna think that no more. Right. Even though it was obvious from the way I talk, from the way I dress, it was obvious. But if I did this, people wouldn't think that.
Right.
So I covered it up for years. I think it was my freshman year going into my sophomore year. That's when I finally was like, okay, I'm not going to do it no more. It is what it is. You're going to accept me or you're not. And that's how I felt. And then I wound up coming out to my family, and then I didn't care no more, and I just told everybody. Like, if they asked me, I told them.
Right. So, I mean, you always maintain that I don't care attitude.
We love it. We love it.
You can let me come up there.
So, where I was going with it was like, with dealing with that, right? Like you said, you know, you didn't know how to come out to, you know, your family, you didn't know how to, and then it got to a point where you was just like, you know what, fuck it, I am who I am, either y'all gonna love me or you ain't, it is what it is. But being raised the way that we're raised, did it make it even more of a hurdle, like even harder to talk about it, because, you know, the way that we all were raised in the church, and, you know, our families in the church, and, you know, it's wrong, you're going to hell, and this, that, and the third, like, so, like, how did you like mentally deal with having to deal with the fear of your family maybe cutting you off because of who you are?
It took a big toll on me. I remember at one point, like, I knew that fighting was the only way that I could get my point across. So anytime I felt like somebody disrespected me or said anything to me, that was my go-to, because inside I was hurt and I wanted people to just understand me and accept me for being who I was, and I knew that they wouldn't. So that was my go-to, and I fell on that, like, for years. Like, I want to say from maybe about 14 till about 17, it was constant, just fighting. I'm just always in this stuff because I was acting out, but I really wanted them to accept me.
Right.
And that was my way of trying to get them to accept me or whatever. It wasn't actually until I moved away from Jersey that I had enough strength to be like, listen, I'm going to be this way. I don't got to prove no points.
Right.
You either going to like me or you don't. I'm going to be good either way. And that's how it came about.
Right.
It took a while. It took years.
But, like, your energy is crazy. Like, I know y'all can feel it. Like,
yeah, it's great.
It's great energy. Yeah. But, we didn't thank you for coming through, so
thank you.
Thank you guys for having
me.
For definitely giving us some new insight on things. How is the dating world? I see you popping your shit, so I know you ain't got no trouble with that.
No trouble at all.
It's sometimes, I'm gonna say it's tough and complicated, because me being transgender, I attract certain type of guys, which is the street, you know, the thug, you know, the DL mostly, because they're attracted to a woman. They normally are bisexual, so it's hard when you get that in between, because they're still dealing with issues with themselves.
Right.
So then I come along and then I have to help deal with those issues.
That's what I asked. Like, do you help with that at all? Like,
I try to be there as much as I can, but that's something that you have to be comfortable within yourself. I can't make you comfortable. No matter how much I try to be with you, if you're not comfortable with accepting your own self, you won't. You're never going to get through. You're going to still be in that same space, because you're not
stuck
going
in the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that balance. And a lot of people are scared because they look at how people judge them and what they're going to say about them, and you're going to be the talk. Like, I was a talking sailor when I first came back. I was really like the kind of like the first transgender that they ever knew.
Right.
So I was for months. I was nothing but to talk. Did you see her? Did you see her? Did you see what she had on?
Yeah, I seen the motherfucking cousins right next door. Right next door. Like yo, like. That's what it was. It really was, man.
But some people aren't strong enough to deal with it and say, hey, I said that this is a part of me, well. So they rather hide it and do it on a sneak versus just accepting and saying, hey, either you like it or you don't.
Right. And if you deal with that portion of it, which is a very short portion of you being happy on the other side, just get it out of the way.
Right.
It's a short period of the rest of your life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Instead of just fighting it forever. Just deal with those 3, 4, 5 months and then fucking live happy forever.
Because it's going to eventually fade away. They're going to find something else to talk about.
Yeah.
It might be popping right then, but then 2, 3 weeks down the line, something else is going to happen. And
in this generation, you lucky if they still talking about you in 48 hours.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
everything is so fast. It's so much.
Like, oh yes, you're doing such and such and such and such.
So much drama.
All right, 2 days later now, you forgot all about that because you on to the next.
Yeah.
But it's just about your happiness, man.
Definitely.
Like too many of us go through life worried about other people's perception. Mm-hmm. And when you worry about other people's perception, it's always going to be hard to be happy.
You already lost.
Yeah. So like when you were able to, just say, look, this is who I am. Like, did it feel like a weight lifted off of you? Like, then you could just be who you are with,
I felt
no remorse, no regrets.
So much of a relief because I didn't have to hide anything. Right. It wasn't like I was sneaking to do anything. I didn't before I had to watch every step I did. I had to make sure that I covered my tracks behind it. But then when I accepted myself, it was a burden lifted off. I finally was free. Yep. I had nobody to stand over top of me and say, this, because I lived my truth. I owned up to it, and that was the best part of my life. I think that was probably one of the best days of my life ever.
Right. Yeah.
And even when I decided to, prior to me being trans, they consider it just cross-dressing because I hadn't fully took any steps or no hormone replacement therapy. Before then, I made the decision. I went by myself. I went and seen the doctors. I had my checks, everything. I was already transitioning about 6-7 months before anybody even knew that I was starting to become a woman. Right. Because I didn't want nobody to tell me, well, the Bible say this, or you live this way.
You didn't need the drama.
I didn't need none of that. I just wanted to do it. This is the decision that I'm making for me.
Yeah. And live your life for you.
Yep. Yeah, sure. I only got this one.
Yeah,
that's it.
And what Hood's saying, that the energy was like in the room, like we all could feel it. Obviously, you can tell when a person is living that freely when they come in the room.
Man, because it's just like
you can feel it. You actually can feel it, and that's exactly what he's talking about. Like
you got your own aura.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think more people respected me since I was true to myself. Yep. Once I was true to myself, more people respected me, and they showed me the utmost respect because they know this is not a game for me. This is not something that I do tonight and then tomorrow I'm different. No, this is every day for me. What you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. And I respect them for respecting me.
I mean, we know you a long time.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but we know.
Yes.
It wasn't your best kept secret.
Right.
It wasn't your best kept secret.
I tried.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think for everybody who's watching, we talk about it all the time is happiness, and then I grew up with you, Keyshia, in diapers, so Keyshia, my fault, I still got you do. Call you forever. That's different. But like you say, when she walk in and get the aura, and when you speak, I feel like I'm living through it too because we grew up together and watching you
and
trying to hide it, and then was there when you opened, and then seeing you transition and being happy is one thing.
So
be you, and you see you being happy. Like when I see you smiling compared to when we was growing up, and having that look on
the anger's not there.
Yeah, so be happy, man. Happiness is real. You can see it, you can feel it, the vibes. Like you said, when you walk by, all right. If you having a bad day, I'm bad for you. Feel me? That shit rubs off.
It definitely does.
Know yourself.
Know yourself, and that's a hard thing for people to do.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest thing in life. Is to
without a doubt.
like figure out who you are.
And people go their whole life trying to figure out who they are, and sometimes it's too late and they can't, or they get to a point where they're stuck and then they feel like they can't move forward. I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be able to live my truth and be happy for the rest of my life, no matter what.
You didn't let fear control your life.
Yep.
No, I got a little question that's like off, you know, it's still on what we talking about, but like, you know, like we talk about how hard it is, you know, being part of the community, and you know, like you said, you attract a lot of guys who are not secure with who they are, who are not ready to live their truth, and dealing with those type of guys, do you have the fear of them being exposed and not wanting to be exposed? And you know that we see stories where they come and cause harm to someone like you because they were outed. Like, do you deal with those type of concerns?
Yeah, absolutely. Even in everyday life, walking the mall or anywhere, and a guy tries to talk to me and he tries to say something, it's always that fear of, if I tell you, what would you do? How would you react? Or is it going to put me in a harmful situation? Yeah. I try not to put myself in those situations, and I'm honest with any guy up front. I'm not going to wait and tell you, a week later, or none of that. Yeah. This is who I am. You got the choice to accept it, and if not, I'm being honest with you, because I don't force my lifestyle on anyone. Right. I don't feel like you should force anyone into anything, because that's how you will get hurt.
Yeah, that's how some people do.
Right, you're not giving the person the option to decide on their own. Right. And everybody has that choice. And I don't condone females or trans women who do that. And that's how they do put themselves in these predicaments, prostituting and doing things of that nature. It makes you get hurt because a man is expecting a woman, and then here you are and you're not fully a woman, and now where do you go from there?
Right. Yeah.
And you can't fault the person who was tricked.
Right. True. Yeah.
Because they're reacting out of anger. You about something you should be honest. Right. You tricked me. So you could have been honest about it, and possibly that person still might deal with you for being openly and honest. Or if not, they might just walk away.
Right.
They should have that. They should have that option. Everybody should have the option to decide.
Right. To know what they getting themselves into.
Right.
What about like children? You ever had that in your plans?
I do. Like, I go back and forth. Some days I'm good. I got the kids, the nieces and nephews, and all that. But then there's certain days where it's like, I want one of my own.
Right. Yeah.
But when I decided to transition, they told me within the first 2 years that if I did, I would have to freeze some sperm in order to have a child of my own. Right. And I didn't do it. Of course, I was young, just living, and I wasn't worried about it. So it's kind of too late, unless they came up with a new study. I don't know. It's kind of too late, but as long as I got my nieces and my nephews and my cousins and all that, I'm good. I know they love me.
Right. Yeah. I know my daughter.
But I mean, it's fleet.
It's life.
He is stupid. It's always adoption. No, you ever consider adoption?
And that's what I've been looking at now, adoption, because I know that the other way is not happening. So I'm like, okay, well, let's take the next step.
Then you'll be doing two good deeds. You'll be helping somebody out at the same time.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
You got any other questions?
I think Cuz touched on everything I really wanted to touch on, man. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope. We can slide back into our other topics and then if we want to
educated a lot of other people out there, so it was some real good information. So
but definitely if you are of the LGBT, am I saying that right?
LGBTQ.
Always said
he got mad at me because I told him the Q. Like, what are you talking about? What's the Q?
Yeah, they just added the Q.
The last couple of years.
But if you are part of the community and you are having trouble coming out or would like to come out, this is a living proof that you can be who you are. You will be accepted by those that love you, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Right.
That's it.
That's literally all that matters.
That's it. And if they don't accept you for who you are, then they ain't nobody really around you anyway.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. If they don't like you for what you choose to do in your personal life, then that's negative energy. You might as well dead that right then and there, because you only get one shot at this thing called life, and then once it's done, it's gone. You should
as free and as happy as you possibly can.
Right, you should be able to do that. You shouldn't have to hide and sneak and duck and all that. It's not worth it at the end of the day.
This ain't Pac-Man.
Look at Anna on her bullshit. Is she at work or something?
Like, we need names.
She's so petty.
Ain't she at work or something?
She's so petty.
Talk about expose just one.
Expose
You want just one?
Oh,
no, that's not up to the way.
We trying to get syndicated.
oh my God, yo.
We're not trying to be shut down before we get started. Oh, that is great.
I hope that's what ain't 31 of you motherfuckers on it.
Yeah, that's what they waiting for.
They waiting for the names.
They making some names. Nah, that's for the pay-per-view edition.
Man, yeah, you gotta pay for that one. You gotta pay for that one.
Y'all want to talk about the pay for it. Matter of fact, speaking of that, right now I'm currently in the works. I am writing a book.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's go.
I'm writing a book.
Come on, cuz, help me out in there.
We just created a chapter.
Yeah.
Oh. You writing the book, so where you going with this? Oh,
the book.
Yeah.
It's a book.
It's a semi-tell-all book for all you people that want to know everything. Y'all can definitely read it and be into it.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be deep and you're going to love it. So
let's bookmark that.
Yeah, man.
Be on the lookout. Right now, I'm aiming for 2020.
Yeah.
2020.
Let us know. We will have them lined up right here.
Yeah.
Kim, you know I love you.
Might make it shit.
I
see another shirtless man on your Facebook.
She made her bag.
She was all in the pool. Like, is that the cool Jamaican right? You bathing there without me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
Oh man.
What we got? Fucking.
Oh, good.
Nah, you go ahead, Pooh.
Nah, I was just talking about the we already touched on y'all last week. The when they see us.
Oh yeah, you wasn't here for that.
When they see us, I watched. I made her watch it. But now on Netflix, and it actually aired on Oprah Winfrey Network.
Oh, she did an interview, right?
Yeah, she did an interview with the cast who played the guys, young and old. Niecy Nash was a part of the panel that she interviewed. Ava DuVernay, of course, and she interviewed the five. Girl, let us get to it. You know what I'm saying? But she interviewed the five guys, and I mean, honestly, you think watching them 4.5, 5 hours was rough? I probably cried more watching the hour interviews.
Oh yeah.
With to see the actual men up there, and to see the hurt that they're still dealing with, and the pain that they're still dealing with.
They lost their
everything,
development years.
Like you had one of them say he had dreams to go play basketball at Syracuse, and another one wanted to go play baseball, and like, come on, to see that shit just ripped away from him, and y'all give us $41 million. Between the five of us.
To split.
Between the five of us. But this not including my legal fee, my lawyers and all that. And like, come on, bro. This peanuts.
You can't even get that time back. That's
but I did see something.
There's really no amount of money you could put on it.
Exactly.
You took from 16 to fucking 28 or whatever it was, 30 years old or whatever, from me. You ruined my fucking life.
Not even that, because they didn't get the money until they hit 40 something, like, right?
Yeah, so what am I doing between, it's like.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah, so
you said they were just about to get more, right?
Yeah, they said, I seen something where they was like, somebody's giving them like three mils. New York for wrongful conviction. But the state of New York, nor the city of New York City, the prosecutor, the judge, any other officer, nobody still to this day has issued an apology to these men.
Yeah, they probably.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, why didn't the white lady go to jail?
Oh, they getting her out of here. Don't even worry about that.
But she should have went to as soon as they knew that it was all fucked up.
Exactly.
She should have went to prison.
But in my Twitty boy, she can count her fucking days.
Yeah, but
they're definitely trying to get her the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they gonna get her
as well as they should. That's 20 years ago.
But I'm talking about like they gonna get her out of here.
They gonna cancel her.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
She needs to be canceled out.
Yeah, she does.
She needs to experience what they've been through.
Even your boy Trump ain't said sorry.
Exactly. Your president, your guy.
He
45. He was buying orders, buying papers, and
yeah, he said they should have got the death penalty
years ago.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Word up, when they were still kids.
He's sick, man.
Before the trial was over.
Word up.
He said they should in the electric chair. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
He's not my president, you guys.
I can't wait till Obama's come on Spotify.
I can wait.
But no, listen.
Once Obama's come, it's over.
Nah, but listen, I don't believe that they actually have a podcast.
It's gonna be under their umbrella.
Yeah, under their umbrella.
You think Obama ain't pulling up and grab a mic?
If Obama's smooth ass get on a podcast,
it's over.
Rap.
Imagine Obama with a late night R&B.
R&B?
Out of here.
Good evening.
Yeah.
I hope you put the kids to bed. It's about to go down. Get the Duchess.
Absolutely.
Yo, bro.
Absolutely. So we know Barack smoke, right?
Look at his lips.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah.
But what do y'all think Barack smoke? Like backwoods, papers.
Oh, Barack papers, man.
Yeah,
definitely. He hold it like this.
Definitely.
He hold it like that.
He hold it like this.
All right, papers.
I can see him with his coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee and joint in the morning.
In the morning.
Barack is one of my favorite people in the world, bro.
Ever. Big obnoxious joints.
This little thin joint just to get through the night.
And you know he's smoking more than ever. You see the picture when he became president and after? Man, my man fucked up.
Nah, but if you see him lately, he looks happier than a motherfucker.
Yeah. Gaining his weight back.
He's smooth as hell.
He looks happier than a
Because he out of that
motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Word up.
Yeah.
He watching that bitch burn behind him.
You were talking about some music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and
let's go.
You and Pooh can talk.
Let's go. Let me sit up for this.
Yeah, first, they give us a bang.
We can talk about this fucking Drake and the Dreamville pack. So Dreamville dropped 2 songs, and Drake dropped 2 songs. The 2 Dreamville songs are Down Bad, which is a hip hop record. It's a lot of people on it. Pooh, you know who on it? It's a lot of niggas.
It's a lot of motherfuckers on both of the tracks.
Yeah, Down Bad is the R&B song. A lot of people on that song too.
Got Me.
Got Me, right, my bad. Down Bad is the hip hop song. But they both good songs. I like Down Bad more than I like Got Me, but I'm not really an R&B dude. But
yeah, so stay out my lane, bro. Stay out my lane.
I just swerved in there because it came together. So let me see what this is.
Was it 2 days ago that
he got smooth about that
lane? Dropped
lane.
it in the joint and he was like, I don't really fuck with it or something like that.
I like the rap song.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear Ori on that type of bop. Like
the thing is right now, I don't think we want to hear Ori on anything right now because Ori album's so fire right now. And it's just like let this cook right now. Just let that cook right now. Cause that album, she getting off.
I kind of went off track here. I wanted to before we talked about fucking
Dreamville.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about fucking Chris Brown and Drake.
Oh yeah.
Super light skin track that nigga killed him with for the summer.
I added that on my 100%.
Bodied him for the summer.
I have to apologize because a couple weeks ago I got on here and I said that the London, the song Young Thug
would be the song of the summer.
Definitely said that
would be the song of the summer.
It ain't even close, bro.
For a few weeks I was right.
Yeah,
for a few weeks.
So it was getting views and everything. Like,
you was right. This no guidance is a.
These niggas came out here and blew that shit out the water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like nothing comes close.
And it's real fucking basic.
It's basic, but they really.
Man, you got it.
That song gonna be
because when Breezy come on and tell you little baby in her bag and it's Birkin. Come on, man. I
don't know any bitches with a Birkin.
I don't know them either.
Zero.
Yeah.
But look, if she in her bag and it's Birkin, come on, man.
I didn't even that's what he said. I thought he said I'm back and I'm working. Like me too, Chris. I'm working too.
Oh my God.
Hey yo.
I'm terrible with lyrics. Like I love
me too.
Look up
he said I'm too, Chris.
He said I'm back and I'm working. I said, oh shit, he's working.
I just got off.
This is
for me.
Them motherfuckers just changed the summer.
They dropped the banger. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's that.
All I gotta say is y'all niggas be lucky I'm not single, man.
That's the box song.
That light skin shit.
Cause what you think you going all light skin on them?
I done made a Triller video to that. Fresh out the shower.
Right out the shower with a little moisture.
Hair on, wet beard.
Oh my God.
For real life, that shit.
I mean,
with the squinty eyes, with the
executive lick lips.
We've been talking shit on light skinned niggas and then y'all drop this on us?
They definitely say
they
say the next 6 to 8 months for y'all.
Listen, that song is on my playlist, my 100% playlist. I have a playlist called 100%.
Chris Brown drops this amazing song, then he gets on Instagram and does the bullshit.
Yeah, well that's just Chris Brown.
He's still light skinned at the end of the day.
Oh, you talking about Vic and Karuchi?
Vic posts a picture of him and Karuchi. This is on Vic's page, man.
Oh yeah.
Chris comments, no shade, boo, but please style him. He looked like he's shopping off the mannequin and trying to bargain with the salesman. Retired wrestler Sphinx. Fucking around. Good bless. Not God bless. Chris was fucked up when he wrote
it.
No shade, just minor. So he actually left 4 fucking comments.
Yo.
Karuchi.
Yo, I don't know what Karuchi got.
She got that Erica Badu, nigga. She got that Erica Badu.
Whatever she got, I want it.
If they got Chris Brown doing that?
That's what I'm saying.
Anybody.
She got that shit you can bottle up and sell.
No, if Chris Brown doing that, imagine what a regular nigga gonna do with that. I don't want it. I don't want it.
You can have the kids and the child support is on his way.
Right.
I don't want that in my life.
She got that sunshine.
Yeah.
My dad's gonna be all fucked up.
I want it. If it's gonna make me, Chris Brown, the prettiest light skinned nigga out.
Yeah. That's good at everything.
You can have anybody.
I don't know. I'm trying to be with y'all shit. I want it too. I want them too.
That shit have me locked. We dark skin. We get locked the fuck up off that.
We do gotta let Chris know that you can't hate though.
Yeah,
Chris on some bullshit.
But it makes me ask, is it ever okay to hate on the new nigga?
Nah, I don't think so.
He's still smashing. You hating, but he's still smashing. Just let it go.
Fuck that.
What if
y'all trying to sound politically correct?
No, I'm not. Because it makes you look goofy.
It does.
If you're gonna hate behind closed doors, hate behind closed doors, do the violence. Cause if I'm the new nigga, I'm like, I'm still hating.
We being human and we being real. No feelings, motherfucker.
If the pussy good, I'm mad at the nigga that got it before me.
Yeah, you right.
How the fuck you beat me here?
Yeah.
I should beat me. You're right.
Well, yeah.
You're right.
I'm like, this nigga? I should have been hit you, right?
Corny ass nigga was having fun with this before me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm definitely hating on the new nigga.
Yeah, I mean, but you're not gonna do it on a Chris Brown level, like.
I'm not
gonna write under the picture.
I might send a text.
When you see me, I might say corny ass nigga. I'm gonna do it like that.
Like, oh, that nigga had Chuck Taylors on. With the boot cut, Gene.
But you don't give a fuck about life now, huh?
Not boot cut.
You fuck with the nigga with the boot cut?
The 06 boot cuts, nigga?
Yo, boot cut is crazy, bro.
Yo, I can't believe we can't wear them shit.
They basically bell bottoms.
Those pants, they so thick as a motherfucker.
And we used to wear them shits.
That's crazy how we just keep segueing into topics. But Forever 21.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. We brought baby back.
You ready for the baby back?
Whoever wear that is
I seen the post that what's his face put up. The baby fat looks pretty good on these girls. That was good.
But back in the day, you heard The fat one more the baby fat. So you wear baby fat.
I'm just
look, is they bringing the squirrel fur hoods back?
They bring it back.
If they do that, if you wear one of them,
you got to.
They bringing the squirrel. Look, every one of y'all that had one in high school, you gotta get one now.
Right.
You gotta get one now.
With the micros.
You hear what Keyshia said? She said she missed it the first time.
Yeah.
It was the first go around.
I'm getting it this time.
I'm here now, motherfucker.
hey, but I like it, yo. I like it.
On, baby.
Everything else gets a second go around.
Yeah,
the third go around.
Fubu got it. It worked, but Puma came back for like 2 weeks.
All I need for them to do is bring the Rockaware coats back.
Well, Mike Force Rockaware.
And the only people buying that is Sell. That's it. We are going to be the only one wearing that.
I mean, my girl says she wants the baby.
Yo, Sell treated that shit like a gang. I didn't know if Rockaware was a fucking rap group or a gang.
Whose twins are doing the campaign? Is it Diddy's twins or somebody's twins' daughter?
It may be Diddy's.
Yeah, my girl seen them wearing the little belly shirt.
It was on Kamor's page.
And then her two daughters was they did the
maybe it was her daughter.
Yeah, it was her two daughters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was her two daughters. They did the campaign.
Russell daughters.
Yep. They did the campaign. It's
right.
Don't get me. If you see it's up to date. It's not but back in the day, you had a baby fan when you was something.
Yeah, your son had the micros.
Oh yeah, you had the
$189.
The baby fat
white Air Forces.
Yeah, the baby fat war pants.
You know, that baby fat coat with the micros had you sneaking out of plenty of windows. Sneaking out of plenty of windows with that micros and that baby fat coat.
Absolutely.
This makes me think of clothing lines we never needed.
Right. What, baby fat?
Yeah. I mean, baby fat is cool though.
I got it.
Yeah.
But remember Vocal by Nelly?
Oh man. Apple bottom jeans.
Apple bottom had a run.
Apple bottom had a whole small
But
run.
the Vocal though, I don't remember anybody rocking.
Alright, well Darion, we ain't need that. He could have kept Beehive. Listen, Beehive.
Shit. Who said that shit? I don't need no more smoke with them motherfuckers.
What about
the Beehivians?
Yeah. What about them Pro Kids sneaks?
Pro Kids? They was they came out back in the day.
Yeah. But if you know how to dress, you can get it off.
The colorful ones the girls was wearing?
Yeah. If you know how to dress, you can get it off. Yeah. If you know how to dress, you can get it off.
Somebody went to school where had like every flavor of them shits. I can't remember what girl it was. Was it Shatira? Goldberg?
That sound like that may be right.
She had every flavor.
That sound like that may be right, yo.
But what about South Pole?
No, South Pole.
South Pole was alright. We ain't gonna do South Pole.
Niggas, come on, man.
No, South Pole.
Niggas in the hood,
no, matter of fact, no. Niggas was wearing. No.
Niggas was wearing South Pole.
Niggas was wearing South Pole.
Niggas was not wearing.
Niggas was definitely when they had like the Looney Tune characters on there.
That was Iceberg.
No, that wasn't Iceberg. That was no. It was, but South Pole had it first.
No,
South Pole never had no.
Iceberg was
That's it.
I don't know. Let me do some. Y'all see this one?
Where's our intern at?
There you go. There you go.
But no, niggas was wearing South Pole. What about when we had the Arrow? We was wearing that shit too.
The Arrow?
We should have left that alone. When Arrow passed out.
Alright, close this conversation real quick.
Too tripping.
She be alright.
It's over. Bro, I wanted some. Give me a little dab me up a little bit, cuz.
You got it?
Yeah, let me see.
Please, if Darion come back, please, y'all do not go get none of that. I'm gonna let you know.
For another second.
Another segment.
Bro, if South Pole wasn't hot, Selling was whack. Cause when I was in high school, matter of fact, when I first came, no, when I was Oklahoma for a short period of time. When I came down, when I came down, I only knew about South Pole because y'all niggas was wearing it. Yeah, so cut it out, Cuddy. I only knew about South Pole because when I was down there, they was wearing polo. I came down here with South Pole the fuck out.
Cuddy, niggas was not wearing no motherfucking
South Pole. Y'all might want to forget it. Niggas wearing South Pole.
Niggas was not wearing no
Niggas wearing South Pole.
If you came around my way wearing South Pole, niggas was getting on your ass.
Man, niggas wearing South Pole, man.
I mean, niggas was wearing it, but...
What about the shit? What's the shit with the paint?
Cuddy had a couple pair we want to forget about.
What was that?
Was it Anichi? The paint splatter?
No. Whack.
Mesquite? Was that Mesquite?
Nah, Mesquite was kind of hot. When you had a print on the back of the jeans, everybody was Mesquite.
That was Anichi on the
Nah, Echo was whack, motherfucker.
Echo?
Nah, Echo was alright.
I had an Echo hoodie.
Echo had a gold.
I definitely had an Echo hoodie.
And Keisha, I know you remember, dude. What about the fucking pastries?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I definitely
You
remember.
talking about Angela and Vanessa? Man,
But Angela is a whole vibe on IG right now.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's a
Angela's
y'all like the taste.
like them pastries.
I will.
Hey Kizzy, look, man, it ain't me. It's what you heard.
Oh shit, what about the NBA jeans? What's up, Aiden? Oh man, we having a good time in here. What about the NBA jeans?
They used to
Oh
pop.
man.
Everybody.
With the pants, I never did them. I never did them. I
like the jacket.
I did the Jabos with trash.
I want them to come back out, yo. I want them to make a comeback.
You see a nigga in Jabos or NBA jeans right now, 9 out of 10, he's on crack.
Yeah, because they don't make it.
That's crack.
They've been wearing them bitches since they were out.
Hey, listen, but Jabos came back out. Niggas were rocking.
My nephew gave me these.
Hold on. They gotta make them somewhere because we just saw my man at the block party with the 4X tall tees. They was fresh as hell.
Man.
I'm like, where you get the tall?
I have no tall the 4X film.
I bet y'all see the tag and say SAAD on
What
it.
about watch this? Pooh gonna love this. What about G Unit clothing?
Oh yeah, give me my G-Unit beaters. I want my beaters.
The only reason I ever started working out
beaters in high school
was because I wanted to be able to wear a fucking G-Unit beater.
It was G-Unit and State Pride.
I was freaking the G-Unit beaters all senior year.
Missy laced me up. I had a tan with a black, one of white.
Everyone had
I had the money.
When you were allowed to wear beaters in school, Pooh was wearing them shit.
Real shit.
What nobody telling you?
I was getting my G-Unit beaters off, yo.
Okay, what about the S. Carter collection?
No, keep them
Never had none.
Never had that.
Yeah, never had
them hoes.
Keep them. You ain't rock out with that.
They was the same thing as the G-Units. It was the same sneaker.
It was the same sneaker.
I mean, the G Unit was a little more stylish to me than the S.
It just had more color to it. That's why. That's why they put some color in it.
Like a fucking ibuprofen or something. Like an 800.
Yeah. Oh
shit. Big Papi got shot in the Dominican Republic.
Oh man, yeah.
More out of the deal.
Yeah.
The DR, stay your asses out the DR.
I just seen somebody was over there too.
And I was just happy that they made it back safe because it was some of the hometown moms went over there and they made it back safe. But
allegedly on the Big Papi topic.
Oh yeah, you heard what happened?
Allegedly Big Papi was on some bullshit.
Yeah, there's some spice behind it.
Yeah.
My girl actually found that the spice.
Yeah.
I didn't see the spice.
Big Papi was over there.
Allegedly Big Papi was over there smashing something he wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
And they put a hit on his ass.
Right. The white
for $7,800.
I mean,
that's it for him.
Shit fucked up out there.
That's fine.
$7,800.
Yeah.
What? That shit
okay.
Time for him.
Hell
$7,800. Hold on. Between 6 people though, it was 600.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but that's
still good.
I mean, yeah, they might be alright.
How much would it have been if it was in the States though?
I ain't sure.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure they converted it already.
Nah, well yeah, probably about 50 G's I bet.
But in the States, my thing is
that's still light for it.
After he got shot in the back, the suspect got caught and beat up by an angry mob. My thing is, how do you get jumped with a gun? Number one.
Yeah.
You have the weapon.
Yeah. Number two, you only come with one bullet. He only shot one time and shot 2 people with the one bullet.
When you think about Dominican Republic, he may only have one gun to one fucking bullet. Somebody gave him $7,800 and a gun. He said, "Don't miss."
That's why he walked you down like that.
Yo, because if you see the video, it's like the guy
walking down,
and Papi just like tips over.
Yeah,
I'm crying.
that's what I'm telling you. Here's the gun. You got one shot. Don't fucking miss.
That's crazy.
I've been to the Dominican Republic. It's a fucking poor island.
Yeah,
it's very poor.
Man, I would have been mad. I would have felt like Drake if I was Big Papi. Would Drake say 50,000 over my head is disrespect? Like disrespectful as hell. Like put the real bag on me.
Because of who he is, like he could have possibly died there if he was Dominican.
Yeah.
Well, he is Dominican, but if he wasn't Big Papi.
Right. Yeah, if he wasn't who he was, because they
fucking
said
Red Sox come in with a private plane
and fly
getting the fuck out of there. Back to Boston, same day. Like,
so love right there.
You gotta say this dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. You can't let Big Poppy die in Dominican.
Yeah, it make no fucking sense. But Poppy got a fucking chill.
Poppy has
Poppy
to
got relax.
But when you think about it,
Fucked up out there too.
yeah, but if you're Big Poppy and you're going out to the Dominican, I'm Big Poppy.
That's like Canada.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pop anything he wants.
But since we talking about shooting,
oh god,
fucking Little Durk and King Von appearing for it.
Damn, Durk.
Little Durk will be charged with intent to commit murder. Apparently, surveillance footage allegedly shows him committing the act. A police detective claims that video footage shows Little Durk shooting a man while driving near the Varsity restaurant in Atlanta. Detectives also say that the man was shot and robbed of $30,000, a gold chain, and his vehicle. Durk has been behind bars at Fulton County Jail since surrendering to police on May 30th. He has not been granted a bond. So, he went to court for a preliminary hearing. And at that time is when the prosecutors played the video. And that's where the picture that's circulating is coming from. That's probably how you would look if you're watching a video of you shooting somebody.
Absolutely.
So the prosecutors played the video of the suspect thought to be Durk shooting from the driver's side window of a car. After the victim is shot, you also see the suspect rob him of his money and jewelry and flee the scene in his vehicle. All three men, the two suspects and the victim, were spotted earlier that night together, partying, chilling, drinking, and they also had a studio session scheduled for that night as well. So, that's when my brain got to moving. So this guy had a 30-pack on him.
Right.
Not just riding around with $30,000
Right.
on him. 9 times out of 10, he's paying Durk for a feature. Something transpired in between them getting to the studio.
Yep.
You know, maybe there was a disagreement with the payment or something like that, and things got out of hand.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Maybe the verse was whack.
I ain't paying you for that
like,
shit.
I ain't paying this nigga shit.
Yo.
So, my thing is like, don't you have people to do this type of shit for you?
That's the conversation I had yesterday with somebody about the whole situation. No, listen.
5 charges they getting charged with? Or just one now?
That's a criminal intent to commit murder.
Yeah.
Which probably, if he was anybody else, would be an aggravated assault since the guy.
Well, last time I read it was like he got possession, aggravated assault. It was like 5 charges.
Maybe they found a weapon as well. I don't know if the weapon's been recovered.
Right.
But yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like I had a conversation about this yesterday. I was speaking to someone about it, and these young guys like, yo, fucking the bag up.
Definitely dirty.
Fucking the bag up, bro. Like, hey, listen. Let me explain some shit to y'all, right? If some shit happened and we get the bag, and say some shit happened and we all don't get the bag. Say some shit happened and they come and they say, yo, we want Hood.
Right.
And all we want is Hood. Hood got the bag, cool. We on.
Yeah.
Get the bag, bring
we out. Back. If we're out and shit starts to go left, hey Hood, you go get in the car.
Right.
Cause I'm gonna blow this nigga shit smooth off. I'm not about to let you fuck
exactly.
up.
Right.
You should never be the shooter. If you got the bag, why are you the shooter? Why are you even on the scene?
It should be people
they don't know how business works anymore, man. That shit went away in like the 90s, bro. That's why all the real motherfuckers that understand got out.
Yeah. And like you said last
message,
Durk been in the game too long to be moving like that.
Exactly.
It ain't like he just got the bag.
That's my thing.
He been had the bag.
That's my thing about
like,
Durk. It's not like you 6 months or a year into this.
You been had the bag.
Come on, Durk.
You been in
come on, Durk.
You know the ins and outs.
And I heard an interview. He was like, he was in the real estate. Then he was renting out trucks. Like he was moving. He was moving. So to do something like, come on, man.
Put all that on hold.
Yeah, it's still alleged. We don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully,
I hope.
Something pans out for him. He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But yeah, with him, like, I don't know, man. Like,
it's definitely not looking good. But since we on music, we did not discuss the new Drake records.
Because it's nothing to discuss. Hey, hold on. Before we get on the Drake records,
Okay.
Because this is on the same, you know, this in the same vein that it takes us into the Drake records. Other morning, night, whatever, I'm at work on Instagram, and I see my guy. That probably since, if you go back and check episode 1, we've been saying we waiting on.
Talk about it, Pooh.
Like, come on, give us the Port of Miami.
6 months.
Yeah.
Give us the Port of Miami. Ross put a snippet on Instagram, and I don't know what it was.
When did that?
But it sounded magical.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
It's Kevin Durant.
So,
and it sounded magical. It sounded like what we need, and I'm ready for Ross.
Check it out. He did that, and then he dropped something with Drake.
Exactly.
It might be close.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm hoping this is like the precursor.
He's definitely warming up. He's gaining a little attention. Hopefully we get a single soon. And then, you know, I don't know, 30, 45 days. I don't know.
Man, we
He
waiting.
might be thinking end of summer though. He might be thinking end of summer.
That's just stupid.
Chris Brown coming in 10 days.
That's the scary thing.
So it's like, where do you drop with Chris Brown coming in 10 days?
Yeah, you gotta let him do his own little thing.
Yeah, you gotta give him
With 40 fucking tracks again.
another third. What? Like 36, 37.
I think that's what's keeping cool.
What? Oh
Chris
yeah.
Brown.
Possibly.
Because who wants to compete with that?
And that's a lot to digest.
Who wants to compete with that?
Who can?
I can't because he tapped into a different level in a different market.
And now he drops this crazy fucking single.
Oh,
so everybody's waiting for the album.
Then he jumps on. Then not only that, before the album come out, he jumped on the what's the girl named Danny Lee? John,
oh yeah, that song was crazy.
Yeah. John called Easy on a remix, and she a dancer and he a dancer. So in the video crazy, they dancing their asses off. The song is fire though.
But the 2 Drake songs I dropped was Omerta and Money in the Grave, and that one is the one that features Rick Ross. Listen to the lyrics on both songs. They're obviously throwaways from Scorpion that didn't make the cut.
Right.
A lot of Kanye subs, a lot of Pusha T subs. And the Omerta record, the Money in the Grave record is really just a spotlight on Rick Ross.
Right. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, like the big homie coming.
Yeah.
Go.
That's what I think it was a warm-up record for Ross.
He ready for this right here. Because he jumped in his duffel.
Yeah, Drake was kind of lackadaisical on there. Real laid back on that record. And Ross just came at you. Fuck with this light skin nigga. I gotta say something.
But Ross had to, like he said, Ross, he feels some type of way because he feels like he ain't on nobody's top 5.
Yeah. Lying his asshole.
So I mean, but he said
I wouldn't say
that was a modest boost.
Yeah, like.
But think about it. Who say Ross on their top 5?
And that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. But when you talk about careers, I don't think you can name too many people with a more consistent career.
Ross don't drop whack albums. Give me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's gonna give us a decent project.
But I'm saying, like, for real, you can go through something like that album was whack. I'm not saying all his albums is like that.
I don't look to Ross for singles or anything like that.
It
just happens to catch me.
Right.
Yeah, he like an R&B person on there. Or,
that's how Ross don't
reaching his bag, get somebody on the track to make it go number 1.
Ross don't really push singles. He put some shit out there, and if y'all that's it. Y'all feeling that? Say no more. Like, okay, I know which way to go.
He has put out records that were specifically made for radio.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think the last time he really like moved like that, like targeting, like putting out tracks for the radio was before Teflon Down, maybe when he was pushing
that green Gucci suit, that was.
But no, I'm not. I'm talking about.
He thought that one was going good.
I'm talking about pushing tracks the way they pushed Blowing Money Fast and 9-piece and them tracks from Teflon Down that came out 6-7 months before the album came out.
They flipped one.
It was that time though, around that time.
Ross was flipping one beat. And they added a couple more sounds to it. Word up. They flipped the shit out of one beat for like 2 years. And they was killing it.
Cuddy said he got Ricky in his top 5. But that's the thing, a lot of people...
Relax, Cuddy, relax.
But me, Ross, not even, I believe, what did y'all say? Why did y'all say he was in your top 5? Not, what was it, just overall career?
No, I just said overall career.
Not your
consistent.
Like just being consistent and like listening to the music he made,
giving us consistent good projects.
But lyrically, I I think he's one of the most like descriptive rappers ever.
Like storytelling and painting.
He definitely a grab you. He definitely a grab you.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be sitting back like this fat nigga cool.
But Ross is like,
you can't call him
Ross
that's why I made Joey send me this motherfucking fitness plan.
I think the reason why Ross is not in nobody's top 5, he's like one of the for the moment rappers. Like when he drops something, it's only hot for a short period of time compared to rappers like a Drake or whatever. When they drop something, it's on the radio for a longer period of time. Yo, that mic is not fucking with you.
I feel like Rick is like a gatekeeper. He's like right there at that borderline. Like he's not bad, but he's not the best neither. But he'll definitely give you some bangers. Make you rock out too. So I feel like he's like the gatekeeper or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he definitely has an ear. That
he's one of them.
Yeah, like he hears a lot of things and sees a lot of things, and he moving. I'm not really mad. Like I'm mad because I'm a music fan, but I'm not mad at him for taking as long as he's taking when he moving the way he moving for us his business. Like he got a lot of franchises. He doing a lot outside of music, man. And that's what people gotta realize.
He's really a boss.
To be rich, you gotta have more than one hustle, man.
Talk about that. Fuck, I forget what you said. Y'all know all y'all know, Keyshia don't know, I have a terrible fucking memory. I'll say something on the show and Joey be like, yo, remember when you said? And I'm like, nah.
What? I don't remember what you said.
But, Keyshia said gatekeepers. And you said Ross is like one of the best A&Rs. Who are some other artists that have that A&R ability? Obviously like Jay-Z.
Right.
Drake.
As
of late, Cole.
You gotta give Cole that. You gotta give it to Cole because of R.
Because of R.E.J.I.D. alone. R.E.J.I.D. alone.
Fat Joe can.
Fat
Joe got a pretty good ear. He'll get you a hit.
Fat Joe
that should be annoying as fuck. But
he definitely gets one.
According to his rant and his receipts, that was kind of true. Say Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy.
Cause a lot of the new people that bang, they messed with Soulja Boy before they got that radio.
When I say gatekeeper, I mean like
for the newer school though.
Drake. I don't even know if I'm a
Drake ain't a gatekeeper. He's filming shit. He's not.
The thing is to recognize it before it hits the masses.
Drake will use
be able to capitalize on it.
DJ Khaled.
No, DJ Khaled will put a lot of niggas that's already hot on a track. That's not really.
But that takes you have to have a certain type of ear to know who's going to sound like what on each track.
Not even that, because you're already hot. You don't need the ear no more. On his album, who did he have that was upcoming and that wasn't already hot?
No, I get what you're saying, but that doesn't mean because you could take Hov, Nas, and fucking Kiss and if the track is not done the right way, it can sound like trash.
And then on top of that, he can't put nobody on. He had Ace Hood. He couldn't put Ace Hood on. And he definitely who did DJ Khaled put on?
I don't think that's his
He put Ace Hood on.
No, but it could be. No, but when you say he definitely could be in that category though. Like he definitely could be like in that list where I would want him to be on that list because he's in the mix. He's in that mix.
I get you.
He should, like, when you say, like, those names, I want to hear DJ Khaled because he should be in that field.
Yeah, but it definitely takes talent to.
He got the money. He got money, though, to have all them people, like, that have that many features and drop an album.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Oh, shit. So he plans to sue Billboard for not allowing him to count his bundle deal with the album sales.
Right.
So he had a bundle deal with energy drinks. If you bought a certain amount of energy drinks, you would receive the album.
Right.
So that's cool. Billboard was going to allow that.
Yeah.
But the energy drink company caught wind of what was happening and started to promote. and that's where it becomes illegal. So Billboard had to cancel out over 100,000 of DJ Khaled's sales.
Oh wow!
Which is why Tyler had the #1 album.
Oh.
So once Khaled got wind of this, that's why he went to his label and do the temper tantrum and all that. So now he's actually suing Billboard.
Right.
But
because Tyler made a better album than you at the end of the day.
I mean, I listen to it. It's like
Tyler album's good though. I mean, it was a good album, but Khaled's. It was just like a bunch of shit put together.
I mean, it's real mediocre for me.
Yeah, it ain't
I listen to it.
It's not what you would expect from a Khaled album that's dropping right before the summer.
Right.
You would expect to get some crazy, like he did us the other summer when he hit us with the
Do you mind?
The Wild Thoughts and all the stuff like that. When he hit him with that, like he was like,
There's a lot of money wasted on his part. That's why he's pissed.
And that's what I was getting at. It's being reported that he spent $5 million.
I believe it though. I believe
that's why he's angry because I mean, but
you can't.
I don't know. I'm not an artist, so I don't know what it takes to put out an album or whatever. But obviously, being in the game as long as he's been in there, you didn't hear that before. Because I mean, I personally listened to it and was like, I wasn't impressed.
Right.
So I mean, I skipped through them. I'm skipping songs.
It had zero flow.
So if I'm skipping through songs, I mean, it's no way that you thought that when you was in there, you was in the studio, you was like, damn, this one, the one right here.
He thought he did the best.
You know, I think he confused the amount of money spent to the quality.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was saying, oh, this is my biggest album of my life. I did this, I did that.
Yeah, like, bro, you're not an artist. Like you said, like, you're not an artist.
Like, he is an artist.
Not to me.
It does take a special talent to put people on music.
Oh yeah.
It take money. It take for real. It take money.
Because you saying that, but and I can't really use him as an example because he like was actually an artist and performed and made music. But in his later years, Quincy Jones wasn't actually on tracks. He was putting tracks together that were some of the greatest tracks that you've ever heard.
Still playing the
Exactly. And like he was putting those tracks together that were some of the greatest tracks you ever heard, and not too many people could have put those tracks together the way that Quincy put those tracks together. And he was basically, if you look at it, Khaled is basically,
you might see that.
Khaled is basically still in his format.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Pooh, and Quincy was a genius with that, right? But DJ Khaled don't give you that feel. He's like, you my mans, you my mans, you my mans. We gonna get you on the track. I'm gonna give you a bag. I'm gonna give you a bag. Cause none of them tracks is really like bangers or a classic or nothing. They just feel like you got 4 niggas who your best friend on the track, and they gotta put it together.
Prior to this album, niggas wasn't saying about Khaled.
Nah, this album was a flop for him.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, this album was a flop. He's made good albums. This was not one of them.
His last album was really that good.
Before this, he was just annoying as fuck.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah. He was annoying, but he put 12 or 13 good tracks that you could listen to on an album.
Imagine how annoying he's gonna be when people don't like him.
When y'all say when y'all say put together a track, like what do y'all mean? Cause he ain't write no lyrics, he probably ain't write the hook. Like he didn't do nothing.
All that stuff is art.
It's self-explanatory.
But
he reached out. He said, "I
got this beat.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get that beat."
But I feel like we just giving him
the beat from
way too much
credit. He got
credit.
the beat from Take Keith. He listening to the beat. Oh, I can hear Rihanna, John Legend, and Michael Jordan on this.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. Damn. Let me reach out and see if I can put this together.
Yeah.
Boom. Rihanna sends her verse. He listened to it.
Right.
Oh, nah, you know what? John Legend ain't gonna sound right after Rihanna. Let me get this person.
Yeah.
It takes a talent to do what he does.
Absolutely.
I just feel like we give him too much credit. Because if he was really that talented, that album wouldn't be that trash.
No, he would have had a flop. Everybody's had a flop.
That album was just trash.
You gonna say he's so Lupe ain't an artist? Because he put out shit that was trash.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Like you feel me? Like Lupe put out some trash, but Lupe write his lyrics. It's different. It's a different type.
No, you're just a different type of artist. When you say artist, we don't mean that he writes raps.
But my thing is like DJ Khaled, he put together, but he doesn't put together the format.
You don't know that though. You don't know that.
You're assuming right now.
I'm not making assumptions.
It's just like
like, you my nigga, you my nigga. And that's what
you think that somebody is giving somebody a budget who's gonna say, I like that beat and put 3 of them niggas on it and that's just it.
That's exactly what it did. That's exactly what that album sound like. That's what that album sound like.
It sounds like that, but we're being reasonable and realistic in all reality.
I'm not really giving DJ Khaled that much credit.
You can't do what Khaled does.
He on his 11th.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
I can put together.
No, you can't.
I can give me a beat.
You can't.
I can put 3 local rappers. You know why? Cause you know why? When you're an artist and when you write music and you study music, you got more of a feel than what any DJ that never did that does.
You don't know if he never.
Easy. You talking about somebody? You talking about somebody?
What did he write? When you look at it, what did he write? Those are on paper. DJ Khaled, those are on paper.
You talking about somebody who's been in the game for damn near 30 years and just started getting paid. Okay, so you supposed to get paid from the record?
In my personal preference, I am not giving DJ Khaled that much credit.
You want to talk or you want to listen?
You don't have to give me credit.
So listen, what I'm saying to you is, so you say he just now started getting paid. The nigga been putting out fucking albums for 15 years getting paid or whatever. Yeah, like so that's that.
When I say getting paid, it's just due.
Listen to what I'm saying.
It's just
listen to what I'm saying.
Getting paid just due.
And nobody comes in at the top. Well, they just go putting the work in.
Right. Oh yeah.
You gotta put the work in. You have to put the work in to get where he is. Khaled did a lot of shit behind the scenes. And my thing that I'm telling you, in the music industry, with the music industry being the way that it is, nobody is going to survive in the music industry for this long without a talent.
Right.
And I agree, and I'm not disagreeing.
Without a talent, he has a talent that he possesses that he can monetize, and he's monetizing this talent that he has.
Well, with this album, it wasn't talent, it was money. That's why he mad. If he used his talent instead of the money,
and that's cool. But for you to say he's not an artist and what he do, anybody,
I will never consider him as a.
You can't say that.
I will never consider him as a what my view of an artist is.
So DJ's on.
Yeah, like he's not. What are you like top 5? He ever gonna be on your top 5 with anything? Artist wise?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but that don't make sense.
He's a producer.
Okay.
But
DJ Clue put out albums.
DJ Drama put out albums.
They put together.
Envy put out albums.
They put together. But they didn't create.
I'm gonna tell you what it sounded like.
Like they didn't create.
Man, they found a way that you.
Jay-Z put out albums. Artists put out albums. Like our favorite. That when I think of an album, is what you sit down, what you write, what you put together. Not I like this beat. You write a rap for that.
But that's not what it is. That's what
you consolidated the album. But you didn't make it.
So you don't think so Timbaland? You wouldn't say Timbaland is an artist? Timbaland makes beats and puts shit together.
But when you
you don't know what Khaled doing in the studio.
But when you talk about an album, that's a whole different story now.
It's not.
It's lyrics involved, not just the beat.
All right, we agree to disagree.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It's a,
at all.
I'm not saying we're Pooh wrong. I'm not disagreeing. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like what you said about DJ Khaled and him being in the game. I definitely agree with all that, and I agree with you when it comes to and his point of view putting together the album. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I disagree, but you're not wrong. You know what I'm saying?
You hear him up there cracking up.
No, it's not. It's not. Because if you're a DJ, you mix music and let's say if I'm a local DJ, right? And I'm coming out with a mixtape and I got like 14 rappers that I like and I put them on a mixtape and then I call it my album, I see it. But as a person who used to make music, I think differently.
I'm laughing because I have no clue what the fuck Easy's talking about.
You're not in tune with the music like I am, son.
This guy.
I ain't even gonna complain.
Yeah, leave that alone. You're not in tune.
I think we covered everything. Anything else anybody touch on?
I'm good.
My bad, because I ain't been asleep in like 17 years.
I'm good.
Aiden got his little ring, he chilling.
Yeah.
Well, this was a great experience.
Another thanks to cousin Keyshia over there.
Yes. Thank you for joining us today, man. Definitely gotta have you back. Yeah, definitely gotta have you back. Because you enlightened us, and I already already know what these inboxes about to look like for the rest of this week. So she'll be back. Season 2, she'll be making another.
I'll be back. Hopefully,
we only got 2 episodes left.
Yeah, we only got 2 episodes left.
Y'all really be doing y'all thing. I'll be telling everybody about y'all. Make sure you look, gotta kiss on the wrist.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, y'all see that? Kiss that on the wrist,
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody. I want to say congratulations to Salem High, class of 2019, Rock Bear. You did it. Congratulations. Monet, my daughter graduated from middle school too. Shout out to my baby. Alana passed. Alana just bad as hell.
Don't baby like that.
Shout out to all the graduates.
All the graduates, kids, man.
Next grade. Man. Yeah, don't spend your summer playing Fortnite. Go do some shit.
Right, like go outside. Go outside, please, God. That's what we doing this summer. We getting these kids outside this summer.
Convince your dad to cough up that 125. You
Dad, you need 125.
Pop trying to play ball.
$1.25 ain't much to put a smile on your kid's face for 4 or 5 months.
For 6 months.
Right.
Like, yeah.
That's a good investment.
It's a great.
I'll take it.
Unless your son ain't gonna play. If he ain't gonna play,
don't put the money.
Go get soccer or something.
Listen, shout out
but 15 years ago,
for having Keyshia on the show today, y'all.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
15 years ago, our parents, if they spent 125. You was going to every practice, every day ass to every game.
Whether you was playing or not.
Spend all that money, get your ass down to the field.
You better come home dirty, man.
Let me see your helmet. You're perfect.
Did you think about it there?
Gotta whoop your ass with this helmet.
Niggas used to stop on the way home running the dirt.
Yes,
like my dad gonna think I got the ball.
Right.
Nigga pass out water all day.
Yeah. Nah, we love the kids, man.
Definitely love the kids.
They ain't getting rested, so we gonna let y'all go. But shout out to Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, One Republic, fucking Breaker, Stitcher, all them things that we on, all the platforms,
all that.
Was that all of them? Yeah, I think that was it. But again, thanks to Keyshia for coming through.
Well, nothing. Next time I come back, I'm gonna have that book for y'all.
Oh yeah.
Look out for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peace out.
All right.